This barbershop website is giving luxury, confidence, and clean fades. So wait until the end of this video when you will see the homepage reveal, and it's definitely something worth seeing. So my client wanted a homepage where it looked very clean and instantly have their clients be able to book a haircut. So I built something that feels like walking into the barbershop. It is smooth, it is modern, and it is confident. So let me show you the homepage before I end up putting in the final touches. So everything was pretty much just blank. Nothing was moving, there was no animations, the button wasn't even like, didn't even have the right color. Like, I like the color, but there was things I knew I wanted to change about it. The text wasn't even changed to the right text. I just had a little placeholder there. So there was a bunch of things we need to end up getting into. And remember, the nav bar from last episode, it was just so thick and I could not figure out how to make it thinner. So we had to navigate this in a much different way than I expected to, but I think it ultimately came out looking the best it could have looked. So the first thing that I targeted on this page was the button. I knew that there was something wrong with the button and I just didn't know exactly what. Someone had mentioned in the comments earlier in a different video that they were thinking maybe the button should pop out more, possibly have a little bit of a background shadow. And I was thinking, that probably wouldn't really work, but who knows, let's just try it out. So we tried it, and we do have it to where it pops out. I believe there is a shadow behind it, but it's very not visible because of something else we ended up doing a bit later, which was we actually gave the whole background an image. I really wanted to keep the nav bar's background, which was like grayish at the time, but I just could not figure out a way to make it smaller. I changed like the width, I changed the padding, I changed the margin. Nothing was working. So I decided to just make the background image cover the whole entire thing, which I think looked amazing. So now that this button pops out, there was another thing I wanted to jump into, which was the color of the button, which soon we changed into a gradient, going from the regular color that I had to a bit of the darker side of it. So it looks quite beautiful, and when you hover over it and it does that little pop and it jumps, the text ends up turning gray. Next, something else that we targeted was when we were doing this background image, at first the background image was very bright, it was very not subtle whatsoever. So I had to change the opacity, change the translate, and a bunch of different things just to make sure that this image looked well. I also ended up adding a linear gradient to that, so it goes from dark to bright, and it looks so beautiful, and it's not too bright, right? It still is in the background. Next, we targeted the nav links and the text. What I wanted to happen was when you hover over each nav link, I want it to pop out, and of course we're gonna have to link it later when the rest of the page ends up coming through, but I want it to pop out, and I think it's gonna look so amazing. Next, I decided to go and change the text, and when I changed the text, I changed it to something that actually felt welcoming. As y'all can see, look sharp, feel sharper, modern cuts, classic confidence, which I think was such a beautiful touch to the webpage. I had to space it out a little bit more, and this is kind of where most of the struggle happened, because here I wanted a specific translation, a specific animation where I wanted the words to kind of do like this wave thing. Remember how I mentioned that in the last episode? I finally got it to do it, so the finished product looks nice. But I kept having this issue where I kept duplicating it every time I tried to target the P element. So I had to find some way to fix that, which I believe I just put the P element and I put the hero text together, but then I also had to do something where I separated it. As soon as you load this page in, man, the animations go crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I do really want to consider adding another button to this homepage just to make it look a little bit more, you know, expertise. Like, I think that's what a real barber like website would look like. They will have another book button on the homepage. But other than that, I finished the homepage and I'm very proud and happy of the way that it came out. Glory to God, if it wasn't for him, I would not have been able to do this. Now that I explained and probably showed y'all in little pieces of this webpage, here is the webpage. This is exactly what it looks like. As soon as you pop in, man, everything just gets to work. I'm not sure if there's certain things that I should possibly slow down or certain things that I should speed up. Definitely let me know in the comments. I'll be taking your guys' recommendations if there's any other animations or anything else you think I should add to this homepage. But for me, I personally love it and I think it looks amazing. So make sure y'all end up catching me in the next one. Hope y'all ended up enjoying this video. Deuces.